We're going early.
We got it. We gotta find like a 10-second one or a 3-second one, something like that.
30 seconds is too long.
Watching the 30 seconds tick down.
We're putting my windows in here, so there's gonna be maybe some noise, but whatever. Yeah, man. I like the Ravens last night and the under. That was
the one time I stay off the game, my hunch is right. I liked the Ravens too.
I did like Real Madrid yesterday, and they played awful. They should have won that
did
game.
I. What happened in that match, man? Like,
I just, you know what? They were down. I think they were up a man too. They just, I don't know. Clues won. They played like they just didn't play well. They went down a man here, and then 5 minutes later, Madrid gave away a penalty. I mean, right here, I'm like, we got it, 60th minute, and then you give the penalty away, and then you're chasing the whole game. Like, if they don't give this penalty away, they win the game, I think, easily. But,
I think two of their goals were penalties too, weren't they?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Madrid. Luca had a penalty. Yeah. It's I don't even, these games drive me nuts. It's like Foxy's game on the weekend that 16 red cards and still can't win the game.
My God.
Yeah, it's crazy. A lot of games today though. Like at the EFL Cup, Serie A playing 12:30 kickoff. Napoli, Empoli, Bundesliga. So all these leagues are playing actual games, and then the Premier League's playing some stupid cup game that they don't really need, and no one's going to play any of their starters. So we'll look through. We'll start with which games did you look at? Which leagues?
I looked at all of them.
All right, we'll start with La Liga. Elche, Girona, Atletico Bilbao, and Valladolid. Osasuna, Barcelona. These Barcelona for me right now, obviously with the loss yesterday for Real Madrid, I would think Barcelona comes out and wins this. But I think Osasuna is playing well, correct?
Yeah, Osasuna's won 3 of their last 4 with no losses, but I'm with you, man. You got to take Barcelona. I like them -1 here. I just think with that Real Madrid loss yesterday, now Barcelona's 2 points clear at the top of the table with the same amount of matches played. The way their Champions League went down, you would think that they got to try and win the league title to at least somewhat salvage the money they spent in the season. So I think they're going to be focused on this game. They got the league. They don't want to drop points and risk coughing up that lead to Real Madrid because, they might not get it back. That was Madrid's first loss of the season. So, yeah, I like Barcelona. I think they're going to be focused on beating Osasuna here. And Barcelona actually has been really good in their last 4 La Liga matches. They've won all 4 straight. And they've won 3 of those by 2 or more goals, and they haven't allowed a single goal in any of those 4 matches.
Yeah, I think, if you look, let me see what the Barcelona win to nil is. Barcelona win to nil plus 170. They're not allowing a lot of goals. That might be decent value for you. Barcelona -1. Team total over on the goals, I think, as well, maybe for Barcelona. But, sometimes Barcelona is not scoring as many goals here. Maybe they're just, but they are keeping clean sheets. So I think maybe the win to nil might be a better play there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you like any of these other games in La Liga.
Not really. I mean, if anything, definitely not Elche. Girona. Got La Liga 2 right there.
Yeah, I do not like these games, to be honest with you.
I want to take Atletico Bilbao at home because Valladolid is not good. They're not a good team. They're on the road. But, Athletic Bilbao has not been playing well. They dropped a game against Atletico Madrid. They've lost some other stupid ones in their last 4. So, I don't know. They're not playing well right now.
Yeah, I will back off that game. In Serie A, Napoli's the early game. Napoli, Empoli, Spezia, Udinese. Let's see what Udinese is here. I think Udinese is still up the table a little bit, but starting to fall back,
Starting to
obviously.
slip.
Yeah, they're still eighth here, but still doing all right. I mean, and Cremonese against your guys here, AC Milan. Well, obviously, I'm going to look at Napoli here. Empoli. Um,
Yeah, I don't know about my team today. They got their 4-0 win in Champions League last week when they needed it. Now, I don't know how focused they are on this match. It could go either way. It could be another 4-0 AC Milan win. It could be a 2-1 loss. So,
yeah, to be honest, let's see what here. Cashed out my one bet. Cluj, Fenerbahce, Beersheva, Haifa, Slavia Prague, and somehow Bodo Glimt won. Not enough confidence in Maccabi Tel Aviv away to risk it. That probably paid a little bit. So I think that's probably good. Foxy, good job with that bet. Yeah, Napoli here, I think. Total goals by Napoli over 2.5, scoring at will, especially at home. Yeah, I mean it's even money there.
It was minus 138 yesterday, so it actually came down quite a bit.
Yeah, yep. I think Napoli 1.5 here. It's still a little bit high. Minus 141. It's not terrible. I think Napoli wins this pretty easily. They're playing really well here. Napoli -1, Barcelona -1 might be interesting, or Barcelona win to 0, something like that. Really, probably Napoli. Napoli -1, Barcelona might be close to even money.
Yep.
Plus 108. It's not terrible. I think I have some confidence in the two teams leading the leagues there. I think that's a pretty good parlay. Once again with your AC Milan, I don't know. They're already they're through. They focused on the game they had to win here. I think maybe they take a little bit to get back. Bayern Munich. Oh, let's see the Bundesliga. I just want to look at it. I'm not gonna.
I'll be honest. I think I like the Bundesliga the most today.
Really, which game?
I don't know why, but something I didn't like the other leagues, so I actually looked into the Bundesliga and I found a few I liked. I have a few. I think I have like two premium plays on the later matches, but this Wolfsburg Dortmund one is interesting to me because Dortmund's not a team where you really want to trust them on the road, but they've been playing well lately. Wolfsburg has also been playing well lately. But the thing is, Dortmund has won 19 of the last 20 meetings between Wolfsburg and Dortmund.
Jeez.
And it's something where they beat them 6-1 last time. And I don't know, man. It's just one of those where they own them on a leash. And I know both teams are playing well right now, but I almost feel like you got to lean to Dortmund just because they own Wolfsburg.
Yeah, that's a pretty interesting stat there.
And I really had to scroll. I had to count them out one by one. I was like, 1, 2, oh my God, all the way down to 20.
Jeez. I would probably throw that in the parlay. Let's see, plus 560. I put Bayern Munich -1.5 in.
This Werder Bremen team, man, they're pretty good. But obviously, Bayern should probably destroy them. But there's probably
if you take them out and you just put the money line in for Borussia Dortmund, it's plus 370. So that's actually pretty good. I do. Yeah, that's not a bad parlay. got to get on that soon. I think that two of those games are 12:30 kickoffs.
Yeah, the only thing is you have to trust Dortmund to win on the road, right? But like 19 of the last 20 against Wolfsburg really speaks volumes to me. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, sometimes it's sometimes it's tough to go against those teams because those stats. Those stats are there for a reason. I mean, a team somebody just owns a team.
And it might just be one of those things where Dortmund like comes to play every time they play Wolfsburg. They're like, let's go kick their ass.
See if Luton Town can do it on a cold Tuesday night at Stoke. Just some of these. I know Sheffield United is playing a lot better here, but the championship games to me are tough to call here. Sheffield United's running up the table.
I think there still needs to be some separation in the Champions League or there's not the championship before I look at it because just the other day we saw up to like the 20th spot is all separated by 3 points or whatever.
Yeah. These games are. I mean, the only. I do like, Sheffield United -1.5, but, you're laying a lot of goals there. -1.5 is pretty tough. -1, 602. That's not bad. The main games today are the EFL Cup. There's a lot of EFL Cup games. We talked about them a little bit yesterday. We teased them here. Hey, Bill, how's it going? It did piss me off yesterday. Yes.
You and everybody else.
Lost a couple parlays because of that. Should have just cashed out yesterday before the game. I thought about it, and then I didn't. Barcelona is going to play, I think. We were talking about maybe maybe win to 0. Because they're not gonna, the defense have played so well of late. So, but if you like them at -1, you're gonna have to lay a little bit on the Asian handicap, but it's not a terrible bet. Or you could just take them on the money line and parlay them with somebody, Napoli -1 on the Asian handicap or something like that to get plus money. So that might not be worth it. That might be a decent play. Oh man, so these chickens, man, getting up to work the chickens, man, it's driving me. It's making me tired. I'm a farmer now, so I'm all tired.
You're a farmer, the chickens.
Yeah, man, I'm all tired. Bournemouth, Everton, Brentford, Gillingham, Bristol City, Lincoln City, Burnley, Crawley Town. I'm not laying -560 on Burnley. I don't care who they're playing. Leicester City, Newport County. Once again, I mean, Leicester City. The problem with these games is I just took Real Madrid over 1.5 goals yesterday. Right, it was a derby game, so it can be unpredictable. Yes. The problem with these games is I just don't know, Stevenage FC and Charlton Athletic. I saw Charlton Athletic beat QPR in this tournament back in August, so that's interesting. I don't know who's playing for these teams. I like Everton a little bit because I think Everton's backups, or if they rotate, are better than Bournemouth. I don't know how deep Bournemouth is. But, you got to just check these games out at 2:45. You got to see who's playing. You cannot, just blindly bet these games. I think they're going to be, it's going to be pretty tough to do that. You got to look and see, who's playing in these games. The bigger games are tomorrow, obviously. Nottingham Forest, Tottenham, Newcastle, Crystal Palace, Arsenal, Brighton. Wolves, Leeds, City, Chelsea, 5 all Premier League ties here. So those are all Wednesday, and then United Villa on Thursday. I don't know if you like any of these games here.
Yeah, I'm not a big cup better. I mean, there's 3 other leagues going: Spain, Italy, and Germany. So cup matches are only something like I'm looking to bet on if there's literally no top leagues, no small leagues, and then it's all everybody decided we're going with a cup match day. Then I'll look into the Coppa Italia or something. But I really it's more work. I got to look into it deeper because I got to find out who's going to play in these games, who's resting, all that
That's
kind
the
of stuff,
problem.
right?
I don't think we know that until I don't think we're going to know who's playing until 1:30 or 1:45. I mean, that's the problem with these games.
Yeah.
And if you and then when the lineups come out, the line's going to move. So you got to be quick.
That's why I don't like to give them out because literally, like, unless you're giving them out an hour before the game starts, you really have no idea what's going on here. Because then you could do everything in your power to okay, this team played 3 days ago, they're going to rest players, blah blah blah, and then they put a few starters in there, and then that just blows up the whole game.
Bayern win to 0. They don't even have the odds for Werder Bremen win to 0. You can't even bet it. You cannot even bet. You cannot bet Werder Bremen to win both halves. No.
They're a good team.
Yeah. Bill says their striker is out.
Yeah, well, they've still won 2 straight.
Yes. I'll probably take Stevenage at home. They're second in League 2 and Lincoln on a double chance. Bill likes Bayern Munich win to 0, which is plus 125.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Bayern's going to win, but I don't know, man. This Werder Bremen team is a tricky team. They've been playing really well this year. They're 1 spot out of European competition. They're 1 point behind Leipzig right now.
Bayern 3-2, 6-2.
Werder Bremen also only has 1 loss in 6 away matches in Bundesliga this year, and they've only given up 8 goals in those 6 matches.
Bayern does have a tendency to give up some goals. They're a little streaky with this. They get 4 clean sheets in a row.
That defense is Swiss cheese, man.
Yeah, I think, Bill, I think you might be better betting. I mean, it's worth a shot if you think they're going to keep a clean sheet. Obviously they're minus 715. I don't even know how you'd bet this. I mean, you probably have to bet at minus 1.5 in a parlay because it's still minus 245 there. So I think you'd have to do that. The over-under is 4, which is absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I think that tells you a little bit as well.
What's funny is if you look at like the last 3 between them, 3-1 Bayern, 1-1 in Bayern, and then 1-0 Bayern. The only home match Bayern played against them in the last 3 was a 1-1 draw.
Not that.
And if you even go like so, right. So it's 3-1 Bayern, 1-1 draw, 1-0 Bayern. Then there was a 6-1 win by Bayern at home in 2019. But then look at these other scores: Pokal 3-2 Bayern. Then back in the league, 1-0 Bayern. That's with Bremen getting a red card. 2-1 Bayern. Bremen getting another red card in that one. They don't really blow this team out, even when they were bad. Now they're good. I would stay off the win to 0.
Foxy likes Stevenage FC and
Stevenage. What is that? The EFL Cup?
Yeah, second in League 2, and Lincoln City double chance. That parlay pays plus 460 because Stevenage is plus 155 and Lincoln City is plus 123. Lincoln City or draw. Bristol City's minus 155. So it pays a little bit. Foxy, yeah. I might have to tell Foxy and his inside information there. Maybe he knows something about Charlton Athletic. I went to that Charlton Athletic game when they beat QPR in penalties back in August. I thought it was a pretty good game. So, it's interesting with some of these ties. The EFL Cup ties when it's not Bristol City, Lincoln, when it is the, Milton Keynes, Morecambe, Stevenage, Charlton, you're a game away from a quarterfinal now. There's is it quarterfinals?
These games go straight to penalties, right? Like there's no extra time. If it's tied, they just dive right in.
Yeah, that's right. Round of 16, you get to the round of 16, extra money, extra TV money, blah blah blah. So like, this in the FA Cup. Sometimes when you see those like games where it's like League One and League Two, you get a chance. You get some value here. I never think they're going to win the game. I do think I like Everton today a little bit at plus 145. I just think they, I think Bournemouth would be better served just getting out or whatever. Maybe they'll throw their backups in. If they win, they win. If they don't, they don't. I think Everton probably could use the confidence of a cup run, and they have a bigger squad. So I do. That's why, the guy that took Lewandowski's place for Bayern anytime goal scorer. Choupo-Moting, who's now linked with Manchester United because I was talking about him the other day.
Your team, man. Stop poaching players.
We'll just whoever Ajax's best player is, we'll go take him.
Yeah, you'll do like he's scouting PSV, Ajax, all the Netherlands teams, and then the top 3 players from each team. It's just all right. Come here.
Well, that's a pretty good bet. I mean, if you look at what Choupo-Moting's done in the last, there's a pretty interesting graphic. I could spell it. Let's see if we got a stats here. So you look at here's what he's done here in the last 5 games. So he didn't do anything, and now he scored against Freiburg, scored against Hoffenheim, scored against Mainz, scored 2 against Hertha, and coming in. And then you see what he's done in the Champions League. Scored in match day 5 against Barcelona, scored on match day 6 against Inter. So he's scored in basically now 1, 2, 3, 4, so 6 straight games. He's got 7 goals in his last 6 games. So confidence kind of striker. You get him at a decent value. To be honest, Bill, that's probably the play of the day. If you can get him even lower than that, it would be great. Even better. They're going to score some goals, and he's the guy up front. So, people are like, we talked about him the other day. Remember, he went from Stoke to PSG to Bayern. Like he's good. Like he scores goals. I wouldn't be opposed to him coming to. And he's old. He's like 33, but you bring him in for 2 years at United until someone comes through or something like that. So you sign Mbappe or somebody good. But yeah, he's good. He scores goals. Sadio Mane minus 137. I would go with Choupo-Moting to score here, and with a little bit more value, maybe. If you got a little bit of extra cash to burn, say I'm gonna, to score at least 2 goals is like plus 400. Maybe he scores 2. I would put more on him to just score a goal. Maybe him to score a goal, and Barcelona to let me see what that card is. Choupo-Moting to score. Barcelona to win. Yeah, that's plus 166. You know what? That's not a bad parlay. Only reason is these championship and League One teams pushing for promotion have no interest being in this cup. 13 championship cup faced lower league opposition last round, all knocked out. But 100%, Foxy, I agree with you. I think it's the same thing with some of these Premier League clubs. They can't be bothered. That's why I like Everton a little bit today. Not that they could be bothered, but I think that would build some momentum for them. And I just think their squad is deeper than Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth needs to really concentrate on staying in the league. They've been doing pretty well. If you look at the Premier League table here, Bournemouth is, well, no, they're not. They're actually down at 17th place. So they were up the table. Everton's only just ahead of them, but once again, Everton has a better squad, I think, and Everton's going to obviously spend some money, and they have a minus, 14 goals better difference here. So for me, I would take a shot with Everton. I think they have a better squad. That's, I'm looking for stuff like that. But yeah, for Bill, or that Choupo-Moting to score and Barcelona might be a decent parlay. When you look, at some of these teams like Burnley, obviously they're trying to get to promotion. They're just such a huge favorite here. Leicester City's struggling, but they're climbing up the table now. So to me, maybe it's a game like this gives them some confidence. I'm looking for it's not scientific here. Confidence plays, like which team, MK Dons and Morecambe. I don't even know. I could look at the table, I think, and see where they are. I don't even know. Morecambe might be League One. Crawley Town in 19th here. I think you have to maybe. I'll play on Saturday. I don't even know where the table is, to be honest. Let's go League One. Championship, FA Cup. A lot of these teams played in the FA Cup at the weekend, too, so obviously that's not going to come up. See what the table shows us. That Plymouth Argyle team, there they are. Back them if you get a chance. So Morecambe 22nd here, struggling. MK Dons 21st here, struggling. I don't know, man. I don't know why MK Dons is minus 139 here. But yeah, I think, Morecambe bottom of League One. Yeah, just ahead of Milton Keynes, though. So I don't know what those, I would stay away from that game, to be honest. Burnley should win, but I'm not putting, are you laying 2.5 or minus 2.5 again for Burnley?
No, well, like you said, you think they got to be more focused on getting back into the Premier League. They're one of those top championship teams. Not really they're not at the top, I don't think, but they're up there.
Yeah. Did you look at any of the other sports today? Football or anything? Or?
Yeah, there's no NBA today, which made life a little easier, but there's a ton of hockey.
I think every game plays tomorrow or something like that, and they play like 15 minutes apart, some nonsense.
Yeah, no, they did that yesterday. Because I think they played 15 minutes apart. They took today off.
Yesterday was the first day of college basketball. I don't understand that, but
Well, they took today off for the voting. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so they were like, all right, we're just not going to play at all on election day, and we'll just put every team the day before and every team the next day after.
Doesn't make any. So who's going to vote? Like, you could just mail in your vote. I don't understand.
I know, right? Like look at the NHL. Half these teams are on a road trip. They're probably mailed in their votes.
Yeah, exactly. For college today, you got Eastern Michigan, and the Magnus. Ohio, Miami, Ohio, and Ball State, Toledo. I think somebody was talking about Toledo yesterday. I don't know. I don't know much about these games, to be honest.
Yeah, Ohio intrigues me just because, I know it's obviously the Battle of Ohio, but Ohio has beaten Miami, Ohio more times than not in their last 10 meetings. So I think it's 8 of the last 10 or something like that, 7 of the last 10. So I would probably lean to Ohio. I think they're the better team here.
Let's see what the ESPN matchup predictor says. Oh, dead even.
I think the line was actually 1.5 yesterday, and now it's 2.5 for Ohio. So pretty much thought it was a pick 'em, and then it's been moving a bit now. But
this game's interesting because the quarterback from Akron. No, Akron's 1-8. The quarterback from Akron's thrown for 2,500 yards, but it's because they're 1-8. Eastern Michigan 5-4. Let's see these standings.
Yeah, Akron's right at the bottom. 0-5 in the conference.
This league is crazy because every team is like, they're all 5-4, 5-4, 6-3. There's 6 teams above 500, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 5-4, 6-3, 6-3, and then there's 6 teams under 500 and 3-6, 3-6, 4-5. Really, it's just Akron and Northern Illinois that are struggling.
But, it's looking like the NFL here.
Yeah, man, I did like I wrote a story today about I think how the Ravens. Ball State is good. I think players might sit because they don't want to get injured for the World Cup. Yeah, Bill. With the League Cup games, you just gotta be careful. And just see. I do think you want to target, like Foxy said, some teams. Stay away from teams that are battling relegation in either league or maybe battling for whatever to come up. Because these games drain you. The next round of this game is the 2 days after, like the World Cup Finals, the 18th. The round of 16 is the 20th and 21st and 22nd. Like, it's ridiculous.
Want to give people time to travel back from Qatar? Like, ridiculous. My God,
absolutely ridiculous. There's no reason they needed to have this tournament this year. They could have just bend it, but whatever. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know about these football games, but Bill likes Ball State.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with his statement that Ball State is I don't know if I would call them good, but they're not a bad team, that's for sure. They're not like
they're 5-4 here, and they're playing Toledo with a backup quarterback. 11 is a lot of points. I think that's a pretty decent bet. Tobias, how's it going, Tobias? Is it Tobias? Is it Fumba's Tobias? Is Tobias from TCA? Tampa Bay Lightning today.
Let's see. Tobias Harris.
Tampa Bay Lightning.
Hey, he wants to talk some hockey. He's speaking right up my alley. Yeah, this Tampa line was about like -165.
Edmonton played last night. I know they played in Washington last night because I was on the show and
and they put a lot of effort into that game because they were trailing the whole time. They were down 4-2. They ended up tying it up. I think it even went to overtime, and Washington won it 5-4. So, I'm always looking. Okay, maybe not overtime, but yeah, I'm always looking to fade these teams on a back-to-back, especially after a longer game.
Tobias, that looks like a very good play here. Maybe take them on the I just do the 3-way line, to be honest. Like if you just think they're going to win an extra, if you just think they're going to win the game outright, not in because -177 is a little bit, and -1.5 sometimes is, puck line here -1, and regular time. I think either or would be decent here. Good shout there, Tobias. So we like to hear. I don't know what we'll be talking later on that other show. I don't know if anybody tuned in. I know Foxy did. I think we're going to talk some betting at some point today. I don't even know. Maybe we're going to talk about cricket because the cricket semifinals start tomorrow.
Is it another 3-day event?
No, it
starts tomorrow, ends on Sunday.
I think it's just the T20 World Cup. I mean, it could be Pakistan, India in the final, which would be carnage. It's Pakistan, New Zealand, India, England, I think, please. I'm on Mercer college basketball. All right, Mercer County.
Don't ask me about college basketball yet. I'm not ready.
I did all right. I was like 4-2 yesterday. Mercer at East.
I like to see the teams play first because
Yeah,
in any sport, really.
North Carolina was awful last night.
I know a few people who were on Creighton. They didn't cover the spread.
I was on Rutgers. They blew out Columbia. Maryland blew out whoever. I didn't see the Gonzaga score. I liked Gonzaga over the point. Let's see.
They were up big when I was
104. They covered, and so I thought this North Carolina game was going to be like this game. They covered Gonzaga, and I liked Gonzaga and the team total. I had that. I gave out those two. Creighton didn't cover. I gave out Villanova. It was close. I forget what the line was at tip off.
Villanova and Virginia always under. Like, it doesn't matter what the line is. The teams, they score no points because they play such good defense.
Yeah, Tobias Lightning in regulation. Yeah, I think that's a good play, Tobias.
Yeah, you know what? I kind of like the under 6 in the Dallas Stars Winnipeg Jets game. I think, first of all, the Stars are a very defensive team in general. Normally, they have their starting goalie, Jake Ottinger, who he's injured right now, so he's not playing. But if he comes back, healthy, I think Jake Ottinger is probably one of the Vezina Trophy finalists this year. But their goalie, man, their backup goalie, Scott Wedgwood, has been picking up the slack. He hasn't given up more than 2 goals in their last 3 straight games. They've been crushing teams, but Hellebuck's playing very well right now. Winnipeg's another team that plays more defensively as well. I think anytime you see the Jets or the Stars with a 6 or above, you have to take the under because you're normally only getting 5.5 with them.
Yeah, Bill, you took Baylor minus 44. I think, with these games, if you took those big games yesterday, other than North Carolina, I think you did pretty well. A lot of blowouts yesterday in the top 25. Gonzaga blowout and team total over. Houston team total over and a blowout. Kentucky blowout. Baylor blowout. Kansas won by 25. I forget what that line was. I was on Duke yesterday. Blowout. That line was like 15. I didn't understand that line. UCLA blowout. Arkansas blowout. Tennessee blowout. I mean, Indiana blowout. These lines. TCU just about that's crazy. Here you go. See ya. Thanks for joining the top 25, but you are gone. Arizona blowout. That's a blowout for Virginia, obviously. The game is by 2 points.
12 point. Any time where they only give up like 60 points or less, that's a Virginia blowout.
That's right.
The win could be by 2 points. It's a blowout.
Michigan blowout, Illinois blowout, Dayton blowout, Texas Tech blowout. I mean, early in the season, these teams all are trying to, get going, and they're going to probably dominate most of these games. So you got to just keep trying to do that. All right. That's about it for the show today. If you have any questions or if anything before the games, contact us here at our Twitter page here. I noticed I'm dark here. And we'll be back tomorrow at 11. We'll talk more soccer, more basketball, more everything. And 3 o'clock, I'm going to be talking with Jim Williams about sports. So get over there. Atletico Mineiro booed off the pitch yesterday. Useful without Hulk.
I saw that they scored in the 15th minute. The goal was taken away, and then I think they lost 1-0 to Botafogo.
Wow. What is this? All right. All right. So we will be back. We'll be back tomorrow. Remember, tomorrow we'll probably do 2 shows. One in the morning and one at night. So make sure you're around for that. we'll see. We'll have to see what's going on Thursday. I think there's not that many games Thursday. So if we're jammed up, maybe we may skip that. But let me just take a look.
Yeah, I guess it'll all just be league and cup matches, probably.
Oh yeah, no, there's a couple games. There's Spain, Real Madrid's playing Cadiz. Serie A. There's a couple friendlies here. Not a lot of games. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we'll just talk about we might just talk about the Thursday games on Wednesday, and then just have you skip a day, and then we'll come back on Friday. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how the show progresses tomorrow. But so anyway, just join in, like, subscribe. You can get Amedeus' picks where?
BigAl.com and PickAdvisor.com.
BigAl.com and PickAdvisor.com. All right. So we will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching, and have a good day.